This series for the LA Valiant went very similarly to that of last week's against the Hangzhou Spark. Massive diva bombs, a surplus of back and forth fights, and a 3-2 ending scoreline. In the realm of difference, though, the Valiant chose to bring in support Custa for a couple of their maps in this match. However, this was another eventful match for the LA Valiant that ultimately ended in heartbreak for the green and yellow. The first round brought the two teams to Sanctum, Nepal. The NYXL quickly took out main tank Fate and claimed their first percentage on the point. The Valiant tried to take the point away, but even after a round of ultimates, were unable to break through. With the point at 99% for the Excelsior and overtime in play, the LA Valiant finally snagged the point from the NYXL after a fight-deciding Graviton surge. The Valiant continued to hold the Excelsior off through rounds of ultimates until both teams were at 99%. Once again in overtime, the NYXL tried to use their ultimates to end the final fight of the round, but failed, and were eventually wiped out by the Valiant. The round ended with the map at 1-0 in favor of LA. Round 2 took place on Village. Much like round 1, the New York Excelsior were fast in gaining enough of an advantage to take the point. An overextension caused the NYXL to lose their main tank, Mono, and the Valiant used this opportunity to make a strong push onto the point and subsequently take it. They continued to keep the NYXL from reclaiming the point up to 99%. However, the Excelsior were able to retake the point before the final fight even took place. Although they flipped the point, they did not win the skirmish. The NYXL were wiped out, and the Valiant won the map with a scoreline of 2-0. On Hollywood, the Valiant decided to sub in KSF for Kariv and main tank Kuki for Custa. The LA Valiant started on attack, but it was not fast. They were methodically dismantled on their first attempt to enter the point. On their second try, a three-man diva bomb from Mecha would once again shut them down. Their third attempt proved to be successful, though, and they took point A. The payload started moving, but the NYXL were able to put a halt to it with their ultimates. The Valiant came back quick and got two early picks courtesy of support Iazaki and got the cart rolling again. Close to finishing out point B, the Valiant tried to win a back and forth fight, but the NYXL were able to turn it in their favor after a series of good ultimates. In overtime, the Valiant had one more chance to finish, but were yet again stopped by the NYXL ultimates. On defense in round 2, the LA Valiant were swiftly taken out by the NYXL on point A and lost it. Afterwards, with the payload halted, the NYXL's Mecha threw out another big diva bomb. He took out 3 Valiant members. The momentum from the NYXL was simply too much for the LA Valiant to handle, and they could not properly recontest. The New York Excelsior pushed the car to the end of point B with little trouble and finished out the map 2-1. Moving to map 3 in Volskaya Industries, the Valiant brought Kariv back in, replacing KSF. Starting on attack, the Valiant grabbed an opening pick on Jonak. The NYXL decided to suicide and give up point A. The Valiant quickly moved onto point B and gained a considerable amount of percentage. However, the Excelsior's respawns rushed in and pushed them off. On their second try, yet another 3-man diva bomb from Mecha stopped the Valiant hard in their tracks. The NYXL continued their solid defense. After a rather long streak of lost fights for the Valiant, they finally came in kicking. Following some stalling by the NYXL, they were able to claim point B with 121 in their time bank. Round 2 started well for the Valiant. They immediately staved off the first push by the NYXL and caused them to reset. Fight after fight, the Valiant continued to display an impenetrable defense. The NYXL were unable to capture point A, and the Valiant won the map 2-0. The Valiant started out on attack for Rialto, and they pushed the payload close to the end of point A with little opposition. After a very long fight, the dust settled with the Valiant as the victors, and they finished the first point. The sheer momentum from the Valiant caused the NYXL to have to continuously back off. Nearing the end of point B, the fight seemed to be in the LA Valiant's favor, but a 2-man self-destruct from Mecha flipped the odds. The NYXL were able to stabilize and establish a proper defense. The round moved to overtime, and Mecho's second 2-man bomb of the round gave the Excelsior the major uphand. The NYXL won the fight, and the LA Valiant ended their attack 1-0. In round 2, the Valiant's initial defense on point A was not enough, and the NYXL smoothly pushed through. With the payload close to its end goal, the Valiant finally held their ground and won a fight. Now stabilized, they were able to shut down multiple attempts by the Excelsior to push the payload to the end. However, in another overtime fight, and quite a long one at that, the NYXL picked off the Valiant's members one by one until Mecha's third two-man Diva Bomb finished the job. The New York Excelsior won the map with a score of 2-1. On the tiebreaker map at Ilios, the Valiant brought Custa back in to substitute for Kuki. The first round on Lighthouse started out with them initially taking the point before any fighting happened. The first fight ended with the Valiant victorious. The Excelsior came back in, though, and took the point after taking out the Valiant in an ultimate heavy fight. They continued to hold, denying the LA Valiant any access to the point. Near the end of the round, the Valiant flipped the point prior to any fighting. Skirmishes happened all over the map, and the round moved to overtime. Even with that, though, the NYXL won the overall fight. They took the point and won the round. Round 2 started similarly to round 1, with the LA Valiant initially taking the point before the winner of the conflict was decided. However, the NYXL ended up winning the fight and flipped it. The Valiant eventually gained their composure and retook the point, with the NYXL sitting at 68%. An early pick onto Custa opened up the doors for the Excelsior to come back in. They won the fight, and once again they flipped the point. The overtime fight went heavily in the favor of the NYXL at the beginning, and they were able to close it out, win the map 2-0, and win the series. In conclusion, once again we saw the LA Valiant put up a major fight and make their enemy work hard for their win. The New York Excelsior may have had to work even harder than the Hangzhou Spark did. Nevertheless, it will be back to the drawing board for our wing defenders. On the good side of things, with a performance like that against arguably the best team in the Overwatch League, the LA Valiant are looking like they should have little trouble stopping the middle and lower tier teams of the league. If you love great Overwatch League content, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Now, from our house to yours, thanks for watching.